Right now, a family remembers a loved one killed in a deadly crash this week as investigators continue the search for answers.
Also, the Overture Center is hosting an art fair event tonight. Why featured artists are saying this is about more than just displaying their work. And later, go big or go home. Why a Janesville man is going to high places for a shot at love. Welcome to News 3 Now at 6. We begin with a developing story out of Rock County. Janesville police were asking people to avoid the 600 block of South Main Street for the last couple hours due to an investigation there. This is a live look at the scene where our team says police just opened up most of Main Street to traffic. Officers from both Janesville and Beloit are involved in this investigation. Police said there is no immediate threat to the community. The story is developing, so stay with News 3 Now and Channel 3000 for updates. A family is mourning the loss of a loved one after a vehicle crashed into a tree on Gammon Road yesterday. This happened around 12:15 in the afternoon, just south of Watts Road. A section of Gammon was closed off for several hours because of the crash. And you are taking a live look at the scene of the crash, where family and friends of the victim are gathering for a balloon release in the victim's memory. Coming up on News 3 Now at 10, we will have more from the victim's family on a life cut off too short. Now, the victim was not the only one involved in the crash. Two others were also seriously injured. All three were in the vehicle when that crash happened. Police have reached out to businesses in the area to try to get video of the moments leading up to that crash as they continue to investigate what happened. Turning to weather now, let's check your first warn forecast. Here's Julian Seawright.
Not too bad of a Friday for us as we're getting into the rest of the evening hours. Folks, expect some of those clouds to stick around, but we actually have a beautiful sunset here in Madison. As you can take a look, we're just at the tail end of it, but man, was it a sight to see as we were welcoming in the weekend. Now taking a look how things will be turning out for the rest of our Friday. Well, if you haven't taken the dogs out yet for their nice little walk, well, just note the temperatures are going to fall to below freezing once we get into later parts of tonight, but the rest of this evening, it's not going to be too bad. Cloud cover will start to clear up just a bit once we get towards midnight, but will return once we get into the early mornings of our Saturday. As of right now on the radar, not picking up much. We're staying dry, and that's going to be the theme for at least the next 12 hours or so. We could see a quick little shower heading into Saturday, but we'll get into that in a moment. Current temperatures around southern Wisconsin. Middle 30s is really the theme for us here in southern Wisconsin, and even for Dane County. Only one that's really trying to steer head away from the pack is Sauk City right now. It's 37 degrees. Now moving into what we can expect for tonight. Our low temperature is going to be around 29 degrees for us, and the cloud cover again will be mostly cloudy, become partly cloudy, but then build once again as we get into our Saturday morning. Here's a quick look at our weekend forecast in itself. 44 degrees for Saturday. Could see a quick little afternoon shower, but overall it's going to be a rather nice day. Heading into Sunday, a bit more milder, breezy, and we're going to be tracking some showers that are going to roll its way through southern Wisconsin. We'll talk about this in a few moments. Until then, back to you guys.
The Madison Metropolitan School District is altering the school calendar further to make up for weather-related closures. Last month, the district changed what would have been an off day to full instruction for grades 4K through 12. Now, the district will add an hour of asynchronous learning to every Monday from April 3rd to June 5th. Additionally, April 10th will be a full day of asynchronous learning. The changes apply to all grades K through 12.
This coming Monday marks 8 years in Madison since police officer Matt Kenny shot and killed 19-year-old Tony Robinson. Kenny was never charged, and his family has pushed since then for other forms of justice. This latest push has lagged for months. Robinson's grandmother working with a team of attorneys to take advantage of a little-used state law that allows a person to directly petition a judge to establish probable cause, sidestepping the normal prosecution process. Leading the team, criminal defense attorney Jessa Nicholson, who says they've now cleared most hurdles and are close to setting dates for that hearing.
We expect to call some of the officers that arrived at the scene. We're going to call experts on use of force. We're going to call at least one pathologist, possibly two. I think the probable cause is that an unarmed young man was shot multiple times and killed, and I believe that Officer Kenny did not follow police protocol.
Looking ahead, Nicholson's full conversation with Naomi airs Sunday at 10:30 on For the Record, answering the question of why so many judges had to recuse themselves, leading to delays. A printing error is to blame for numerous Wisconsin residents receiving mail ballot application forms containing incorrect information. The applications came from the nonprofit Center for Voter Information. The erroneous mailers also had one name on the envelope and another on the mail ballot application itself. Now, only mail ballot applications were involved. There were no ballots included in these mailings. Voters can check their registration status and whether they have an absentee ballot request on file at myvote.wi.gov. Those who receive the incorrect mailers and have questions about them can contact the Center for Voter Information.
Well, most people think most concussions are sports related, but a UW health physician says most head injuries actually happen off the field. Dr. Ben Gillespie says the most common cause of concussions in young children and people over the age of 75 is a fall. For teens and young adults, motor vehicle crashes. Dr. Gillespie says many traumatic brain injuries can be avoided with simple precautions like keeping driveways clear during the winter, having age-appropriate car seats for kids, and wearing a seatbelt.
I see every day when I drive around town in Madison how many people are riding bikes without a helmet. That's very big to me. That's a very preventable cause of a lot of the cases we see of brain injury.
Dr. Gillespie said education about symptoms of concussions is necessary in facilitating a person's recovery. If you have sustained a head injury and don't feel quite like yourself, Gillespie recommends getting in front of a medical provider as soon as possible.
The Madison School District receiving a $1 million donation to support a program meant to address disruptions brought on by the pandemic. The donation comes from Communities in Schools, a nonprofit organization that works with districts all across the country. CIS is supporting MMSD's Village Builders project, which had been funded through federal COVID relief funds. That money set to expire next year. Through the project, MMSD added 55 staff positions across 22 schools in an effort to support students and families. Madison College entering a partnership that intends to bring entrepreneurship and small business courses to Africa. YAM Education is a startup founded by Ousmane Cabre, a Madison College grad. He is the CEO, founder, and developer. The partnership fulfills a goal of giving more African students access to the same education Cabre experienced at Madison College. Upon completion of courses, YAM students earn digital badges and can begin using learned skills immediately within their businesses, industry, and their communities.
Today, I'm really super happy because this is a dream come true to leave a small country, come here and be able to partner with an institution to export their gold, because knowledge here is really gold.
YAM students, regardless of whether they continue their studies at Madison College or not, can pursue two unique co-branded certificates, an entrepreneur certificate and then a business plan certificate.
Wisconsin's food, forestry, and agriculture product exports set a record last year. The Badger State exported products to 142 countries, totaling more than $4 billion. That is up 7% from the state's previous record set in 2021. DATCAP officials say dairy product exports totaled $617 million. That's the highest level for the state ever, and more than $100 million above the previous record set in 2014. Crop products reached a 10-year high of $2.82 billion. Wisconsin ranks 12th in the nation in agricultural exports. 16 Dane County artists are being featured at the 9th annual Latino Art Fair at the Overture Center tonight.
Our Nicole Herzog was there today to find out why that event is so meaningful to the artists involved. Nicole?
Yeah, from handmade jewelry to abstract paintings, there's something for everyone at the Latino Art Fair. But for many of the artists involved, the event means more than just a place to hang their work. 9 years ago, the event started as a way for emerging artists to share their work in a welcoming place. Now the fair is continuing to emphasize community and a celebration of all Latino culture on a much larger scale. For one artist, being embraced as an artist of color is especially meaningful.
It kind of gives me a home because I moved to Madison 8 years ago, and you kind of feel displaced. There's a culture shock, but when you find a community, it feels like I'm now part of that community.
Many of the works deal with themes of family and connecting the past to the future. One featured collection of paintings is titled Under the Same Sky. It serves to remind people that we're all connected by shared human experiences. And the event is free and will go on tonight until 7:30. It'll then be followed by a Cuban music performance. And if you don't get a chance to catch the fair tonight, Under the Same Sky will be on display at the Overture Center until March 12th.
Nicole, thank you. Still ahead, why a new class at UW Eau Claire is going to the dogs.
Plus, the Girl Scouts will be out and about this weekend selling those famous cookies, while they're asking people not to buy a brand new flavor. That's just ahead.
It's A1 Furniture's biggest and best sale ever. Their warehouse liquidation event is on now. Our lease is up and everything must go. Over $1 million in inventory must be sold now at huge discounts. 40,000 square feet of incredible savings only at A1 Furniture and Mattress.
Clean, safe, fun. I wanted it all when we needed daytime care for Mom. Grace's new adult day center is so nice. Now she goes twice a week while I'm at work and loves it.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
Don't miss your chance to see The Lion King, one of the most awe-inspiring productions ever brought to life on stage.
Coming to Overture Center May 11th through 28th. Tickets on sale now at overture.org.
Oh, the weather. What's the chance of rain tomorrow?
Ooh, 80%. I make it rain. I make it rain.
Speaking of making it rain, at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, we have an average 95% payout, which leads you to more chances of playing longer and more chances to win big. Play longer, win more, chances are you're gonna like it.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection is here 24 hours a day.
7 days a week for all your residential and commercial plumbing services.
From installation, repairs, and maintenance to complete sewer and drain cleaning, we've got you covered.
Visit MononaPFP.com.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Don't miss out on 40,000 square feet of incredible savings at A1 Furniture's warehouse liquidation event on now. Everything must go with immediate pickup or delivery. Sofas, sectionals, dining sets, bedroom sets, mattresses, and more at liquidation prices. Only at A1 Furniture and Mattress.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Girl Scout cookie season is almost here, and thousands of Badgerland Girl Scouts are preparing for the annual program. The sale kicks off tomorrow during National Girl Scout Cookie Weekend and lasts only 6 weeks. Cookies are $5 a box, except gluten-free caramel chocolate chip cookies, which are $6. Proceeds stay with Badgerland Girl Scouts. However, the Girl Scouts Council is urging people not to buy this cookie on websites like eBay. This is the new Raspberry Rally, and it sold out during a limited test run. Now, boxes of the raspberry-flavored Thin Mint Light cookies are going for up to $100 online. The Girl Scout says those resales are unauthorized and they go against Scout ethics.
Students at UW-Eau Claire are trying to figure out how smart man's best friend actually is. This class is called Animal Behavior, and one of the goals is to test how dogs process information. Dr. Jennifer Smith is the professor in this class. She says each test is a bit different, looking at aspects of how dogs understand the world around them. As part of these tests, 35 to 40 dogs try to find treats under certain conditions.
We look at 4 different levels of cognition. The first is pretty simple. We put a treat in a bucket and we ask whether a dog can see us doing that and go to the correct bucket. Each of them are set up as a choice test. So they have 3 buckets and they have to choose the right one.
So when all these tests are done, Smith students will take the data they collect and try to answer questions they come up with, like the impact that age has on how well a dog performs. Now, this is the first year the class has been offered. Smith says next year she wants to include more dogs, because more dogs makes everything
treats.
better. Have lots of dogs. Up next, get ready to meet Wisconsin's #1 eligible bachelor.
After the break, his unique way of getting the word out and what he's looking for in a relationship.
Plus, some warmer temperatures are on the way this weekend. Julian has a forecast when we come back.
The acid reflux felt like just the worst burning in your throat that you can imagine. It's almost like a fire in your throat. The LISC procedure was one of the best decisions I've made. It has changed my life, and the burning is gone.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy and water providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Steinhoffel's amazing Buy More, Save More sale is the perfect time to spruce up your home. Start with 35 to 50% off store-wide. Then take an extra $100 off $19.99, $200 off $29.99, or $300 off $39.99 or more. Refresh your home with a new bedroom set, cozy sofa, or new dining set. You'll even find special mattress deals, too. The more you buy, the more you're gonna save. So shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
You've got this. Your big moment on their big day. The dress? Another one you'll never wear. Gift? Practical. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with free overdraft protection transfers. So when you get invited to your third destination wedding in as many months, we'll be there with you.
When we first met Todd, we thought Jen was kidding.
You've got this with Associated Bank.
The Lynx device stops reflux by using magnets to strengthen the muscle at the end of the esophagus, and this prevents acid from flowing from the stomach back into the esophagus.
Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Well, with the modern approach to dating that relies on apps and social media, one Janesville man is hoping to turn some heads in a different way.
So this billboard on Milton Avenue advertises a man named Robert as Wisconsin's #1 eligible bachelor. Our Catherine Merck asked the 43-year-old about his unique approach to finding love.
Both literally and figuratively, Robert says this billboard is his way of putting himself out there. He hopes that people who drive by here take his message as a sign.
I'm just looking for that special someone.
Meet Robert.
I get lonely. Everybody does. I'd like to walk down the sidewalk on a nice summer day and just hold someone's hand.
He's calling himself Wisconsin's #1 eligible bachelor.
Well, who says I'm not?
His dating life has taken a different turn after many failed attempts.
Dating sites just weren't working for me. Match and Tinder and just none of them were working.
He's turned to this electronic billboard to find the love of his life. By calling this number, he tells local honest women to leave him a message.
I love to laugh. I love country music, and I love movies. I love to find that special someone out there. Are you her?
His new method hasn't had the best results so far.
You'd be surprised on how many pictures I'm getting. It's crazy. It's just like, oh man, next.
The approach is there. It's very good.
Those who've seen the billboard on Milton Avenue say this way of trying something new might just work.
Definitely better than Tinder and all the other dating apps, but that's just my opinion. Janesville has a lot of populace, so I'm sure he'll see like a couple like hellos, highs.
Robert is still looking for the right person.
Unless you want to go on a date, you can be my first date. What do you think? Huh?
I don't know about that. While this might be one of the more unique ways to find somebody special,
Just go big or go home. I mean, you don't get any bigger than this.
this #1 bachelor hopes this sign brings him closer to the one.
Well, I hope people take it serious. I want someone to take it serious. Don't be shy. Call me.
Reporting in Janesville, I'm Catherine Merck with News 3 Now.
We need to see your eyes, Robert. The billboard has only been up for a couple of days so far, and Robert says it's supposed to pop up at other electronic billboard sites in Janesville in the next couple of days or even weeks.
Let's check back in with Julian C right now for a complete look at your weekend forecast.
Well, we have a beautiful sunset for us here on our Friday evening, but we do have some things to talk about heading into the weekend. So our 3 things we're going to need to know, folks. Let's go ahead and get a quick rundown. We're going to be seeing this weekend into the mid-40s to the upper 40s. On top of it, it's going to be quiet and normally chilly around this time of year, but we are going to start to see some rain chances. We do have some opportunities for Saturday. Not going to be much of a washout, but Sunday night into Monday, well, that's a bit of a different story. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we're going to be seeing for us. Throughout the rest of tonight, we are going to be expecting temperatures to continue to slowly fall into a few degrees below freezing, especially by the time we get into the midnight hours. Cloud cover in itself, though, is going to be pretty stubborn like it has been over the last couple of days, but we are going to see temperatures tomorrow into the middle 40s throughout much of southern Wisconsin. Here's a quick look at what we're seeing on our surface map as of right now. High pressure system over towards the Great Plains, but we did have that one system which was bringing in plenty of severe weather, snow, a whole mixed bag of things for our friends just south of Chicago, parts of Illinois, and then moving its way into Indiana and Michigan as it continues to track its way east. Now for us, we're staying on the dry side. We luckily were able to miss that track as it shifted southward, but that was why we also had the alert day in earlier this week. Because of that system as being so robust, if it had moved and shifted north just a little bit, we could have started to see a bit of some disruptive weather as we got into the rest of our Friday evening, but luckily we were able to dodge it. Now for tonight's temperatures will be into the upper 20s. Again, cloud cover is going to stick around for us, but as we wake up for our Saturday morning, here's how things are going to shape up for us. We might see some snow mainly north of Camp Douglas, but overall things are going to stay rather dry. Now we do have some opportunities to see a couple of light showers throughout our Saturday afternoon, but overall, again, it's going to be a pretty decent day for us. Outside of the cloud cover that we're going to see and temperatures being into the mid-40s, just because we might see a little bit of a sprinkle, we're not going to be having it damper much of our Saturday. Heading into Sunday, temperatures will start off into the upper 20s, and then once we get to Sunday late afternoon around dinner time, that's when we're going to be watching for us to see more rain roll its way into southern Wisconsin, and that's going to be sticking around by the time we get into our Monday. Now take a look at how much precipitation we're looking to forecast here. About 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch, and this is by the time we get just shy of our Monday afternoon. So we are looking for a pretty decent amount of rainfall to come with this system by the time we get into our Monday morning. Here's a look at our 10-day forecast. Temperatures are going to be into the 40s, low 50s or near 50 degrees by Monday, and then we're going to get hit with some colder air. Temperatures will fall into the 30s by midweek and stay within the 30s heading into the weekend before we set our clocks 1 hour forward.
Julian, thank you. Right now, the Badger women's hockey team is on the ice taking on Minnesota in the WCHA semifinal. TV Wisconsin is airing it live. Now, Zach will have a score update in a moment, but a quick programming note. Whoever wins tonight's game will advance to the finals and face the Ohio State Buckeyes after they beat Minnesota Duluth this afternoon. You can watch that game on television Wisconsin tomorrow at 2 p.m. That is channel 3.2 over the air or channel 14 on both DirecTV and Spectrum.
And coming up in sports, Verona moving on to the state finals. How the Wildcats knocked off the two-time defending champs. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Make a difference in the world.
Be a mentor.
Young people need a positive role model to succeed and navigate life's challenges. Learn about mentorship opportunities at unitedmadison.com/mentoring. Brought to you by Fearing's Audio Video Security and United Madison.
Discovering the perfect paint for your home has never been easier with Zinsser Smart Coat. Plan smart with interactive tools at smartcoat.com. Buy smart in-store or online for home delivery. And paint smart with this advanced paint and primer in one. Say hello to Zinsser Smart Coat, the next generation of intelligent paint. A gallon of Smart Coat interior paint is just $19.48 at Menards.
To everyone who believes in tradition, come enjoy a few of ours from Wisconsin.
People in Wisconsin love a good fish fry.
Really love. And we love sharing it with guests everywhere.
At Culver's, we still batter our North Atlantic cod by hand to order.
And we cook it to a crispy, golden perfection just for you.
For you.
For you. So it's crispy outside, flaky inside. Let us take care of you.
With some homegrown traditions we were raised on.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
The local water experts at Culligan can take care of everything but the kitchen sink. Actually, we do that too. Culligan, here for every water worry.
All right, team, we got a big project coming up. And it all starts with ordering promotional products.
I'm on it. 4imprint makes it easy to get the logoed products you're looking for. The latest in apparel, drinkware, bags, high-tech items, and more. You can be certain of getting it right at 4imprint.com.
Come on out. I'm on it.
4imprint, for certain.
Make a difference in the world.
Be a mentor.
Young people need a positive role model to succeed and navigate life's challenges. Learn about mentorship opportunities at unitedmadison.com/mentoring. Brought to you by Fearing's Audio Video Security and United Madison.
News 3 Now's Call for Action team gets results.
We're taking action for you.
Nearly 700 cases closed, more than $500,000 recovered, and we're not finished yet. When you need help, call for action only on News 3 Now.
The last time the Verona boys hockey team made it to state, they reached the finals, only to come up short against Hudson, who just so happens to be the team they'll face in this year's semifinals. The Raiders are the two-time defending Division I champs, and the Wildcats wasted no time to strike. Reese Cordray, he's faster than you on skates, and he's also got a snipe, too. He paints the post to give Verona a 1-0 lead in the first period. Second period, Cats now down 2-1, but on the power play, and Conrad Moline puts the biscuit into the basket. That ties the game up at 2. Then a couple minutes later, more Wildcats. Lars Brotzman goes top shelf to light the lamp. Verona would win it in overtime on a Moline breakaway. They're on to the finals with a 4-3 win. The Badger women also skating right now. The WCHA final face-off semifinals. This one, second period just ended. Wisconsin and Minnesota all knotted up at 2. Winner plays Ohio State in tomorrow's conference finals with an automatic bid in the NCAA tournament on the line. Heading into the final weekend of conference play, there are 128 different seeding combinations for the Big Ten men's tournament. And after last night's loss, the best Wisconsin can do is 10th. The worst they can do is 12th. Definitely not ideal, but that's the reality the Badgers live in this season. And when it comes to close games, that's what hurts the most. UW is 10-9 in games decided by 5 points or less, or that have gone to overtime.
My biggest thing is I'd like to see them be rewarded because they're doing so many good things and so many things right, and they've given us every single thing they have. They just continue to battle and have followed our plan really well. It's obviously not perfect, but no team is. I'd just like to see them get rewarded and be able to get over the hump here.
Some better news. Here's Luke Fickell cannonballing into a cold tub. The new Badger offensive coordinator, Phil Longo, giving us a behind-the-scenes look of Wisconsin football's, I guess you could say, polar plunge.
We're sure that's a cold tub, right? He didn't trick us. And
Actually, you know what? We may need to do some investigating.
Let's dig into that. No, it looks like they're having fun down there, though. All right, final check, Julian.
Well, things won't be too bad for this weekend. Temperatures into the 40s. You can't really beat that. We do have some opportunities for some showers, but the main rain event's going to be from Sunday nights into our Monday morning. And their temperatures may be into the 50s, but it'll be short-lived as 30s will come back mid-part of next week.
Well, Julian, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.